Hello, good afternoon. It's the Everton Daily Live Extra, the day before the trip to Luton that John will be taking. Been there before, haven't you, John?
A long time ago.
What year can you remember?
No, I'm rubbish. I told you. Once they're gone.
Who was playing for Everton? And we'll try and decipher it. You don't remember any who was playing?
Well, Bobby the
Was it like
Bobby the Pole must have been playing because he scored.
But wasn't it like Moyes era? Was it a cup game or a league game?
Both. Last two games. One was a cup game. Was it League Cup and a league game as well because we lost both of them. But forever ago, mate. Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know.
Baz remembers everything, and I don't.
It's because you've got more important things.
I couldn't tell you who took all the penalties against bloody Man United. I know Jags got the winner, but I was there, but I don't remember that level of
I don't think a lot of people would remember that, though. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people.
Baz would, wouldn't he? He'd tell you which foot they took it with,
No,
which way the goalie went.
He's got his job to know these things.
I don't even remember walking in through terraced houses, mate. Never mind.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you don't remember stuff like that. I remember going to Highbury and walking through terrace houses.
Did you?
That's the thing. They make it out like it's a big one-off. And Highbury used to be the same. You used to have to go basically through the back of someone's house to get into Highbury. And that's when I was there to watch them lift the league title, the Premier League title. So, you know.
You being an Arsenal fan and all, yeah?
Yeah, we were playing it. They were playing Everton. We got beat 4-3.
Yeah, so I don't know. But, you know, the surprising thing is there's more tickets available for this than there was for the Bournemouth game. So.
Friday night game, I suppose people might.
Yeah.
We've played there. Well, we played there. Obviously, 2007. We played there in the League Cup.
There you go.
We won 1-0. Tim Cahill.
Yeah, Tim scored. Yeah.
We played there in 2006 League Cup. Oh no, we played them at home. Sorry, beat them 4-0. And the time before that was the one we were talking about yesterday, which was the Robert Varshika 1-0.
91-2 something.
Yeah, 91, where Everton had to wear Luton's away kit.
That's the one, yeah.
Which we showed yesterday
on
35
years ago. You
know, yeah.
You want me to remember stuff?
Yeah, fair enough.
I had a baby then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Cacking and crying, you know. Now he's in Lisbon, Cascais right now.
There you go.
Doing his, long weekend thing.
How times change. How times change. Yeah, so that's the motto. And hopefully we're looking for another clean sheet because I think Jordan Pickford is not that far behind Raya now.
Is it 2 games now?
I think so. So and
2 games.
They've got a couple of difficult games, haven't they?
Golden Glove and all
before
that.
They play us, and then he gets a chance maybe on the last day to sort of it's the shoot off against Arsenal, isn't it? You know, keep a clean sheet. He's been nominated for Player of the Month, I think, and Sean Dyche has been nominated for Manager of the Month.
Can't win it when you lost 5-0, can you? 6-0.
6-0. I was thinking that myself.
But you won 4 out of 5 games. It depends what the other candidates.
Yeah.
Do you know the other? I know Sean's been shortlisted. Do we know who the others are? I will try and look her up.
Go on, you
April
try and find it.
Manager of the Month.
Mm-hmm. But what I thought we'd do was we spoke yesterday. Well, I spoke yesterday on the news about a couple of players we were linked with, had been linked with. So I'm looking for suggestions. Let's have some suggestions coming of players, the kind of players you'd like to see Everton linked with this summer, and who's out there that you think good player, good value, coming from the Championship or coming from somewhere in Europe or whatever. We're not going to go into it in depth. We're not going to have a big in-depth conversation. But I'd like to just hear some of the names and some of the if anyone's seen any of the players that we have been linked with. Again, let us know. So the first one we've been linked with is Blackburn. Well, I think he wasn't a more of a midfielder, but I think he's been playing up front this year. It's Sammy Schmudix. I think that's how you pronounce it. 28, 29 in September.
No.
So that's like a that's one of them, isn't it?
Free?
No.
No.
He would cost about at a push he'd cost £8 million.
Still too old.
Right. No, I agree. Can play up front, attacking midfielder, centre midfielder. This has been his breakout season, so it's one of them again, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, but what have you been doing for the rest of your life?
It's an anomaly season.
Irish international, 2 caps. But what I will say is I heard
What's his name? Sorry,
Sammy Schmudix.
Sammy Schmidix, that's a name, isn't it?
So, or Schmidix, SZMODICS.
SMZ.
SZM, sorry.
Sorry. SZ.
I'd actually heard about this link a couple of weeks ago. Someone told me, someone who told me about this a couple of weeks ago. Someone who's got good knowledge of the Championship told me about this player as in being linked with Everton. So I don't know whether there's something in it, but this could be the direction. He's out of he's actually when's he out of contract?
You just said he wasn't.
No, he's not. I'm saying when is he? 2026. He's out of contract. So 2 years left on his contract. Right-footed. Be looking probably, I imagine, to get a bit of a move this summer.
25 league goals in 42 games in the Championship.
Yeah.
Previous year he scored 5.
Yeah.
Previous season he scored 6 in the Championship. He's obviously been injured at some stage. So this is just like a completely anomaly.
Oh, yeah. He was at Bristol City before. He was at Peterborough. Then he went to Blackburn.
Yeah, Colchester when he started.
So he's done it.
He's a journeyman.
He's been in the lower leagues. He's never been at the top end, and he's maybe this season's Diaz Brayton, isn't he? He's somebody who's had a good season, and everyone's having a little look at him and seeing whether he's really got the ability. I'm not sure.
5'6".
I'm not sure he has. I'm not. From what I've been told, he's not.
So who's linking him with us, or is he just linked with everyone?
Well, he's been linked with us, but the reason I've pulled his name up is because someone told me about him a couple of weeks ago. Somebody, I can't really go into it.
Well, I'll ask you a question
then
instead.
Go on.
Give me the criteria for attacking midfield players, strikers that we should be looking for.
Yeah.
And which of those criteria does this guy satisfy?
Some of the criteria, but he should be 6 foot plus.
Right, so this guy's 5'6", right? So
you have to be very, very good at playing the Premier League if you're diminutive.
Yeah.
So he's someone like John McGinn, who's not massive, but he's a really, really good technical footballer.
Sure.
Pace.
We don't know.
No, I don't
know the players.
I don't know what his pace
so he might
is like.
Have pace then. You don't need pace to score goals in the Championship, do you?
He's got 4 assists. So, but it's where he's playing. It's where he's playing, isn't it?
See, what I would say, right? He's the top goal scorer, isn't he, in the Championship? And second top goal scorer is Armstrong.
Yeah.
Who can't hit a barn door in the Premier League, and he's diminutive as well.
Yeah.
So, and he's got 3 times as many assists. Armstrong.
Yeah, you need if you're gonna buy a striker from the Championship, I think you need someone who's got the physicality straight away that you can work with to play in the Premier League.
There's a guy here, and he's got. Well, he's actually, not in the top 10 goal scorers. He scored 13 goals in that league. Doesn't do much from assists, but he's got all the physicality. 6'3", a little bit of pace. Plays for Coventry. Sims. Yeah, he would tick more boxes, wouldn't he?
He would, but
I don't mean him, but the point being, he would tick more boxes, right? And then the rest of them are just who you'd expect. All the clubs in and around, players rather playing for clubs in or around the top. So.
Yeah. So let us know some
interesting.
Let us know some of the other one we've been linked with. I think this one's a little bit more. This one makes a lot more sense, and it's Jacob Greaves from Hull, left-footed. I mean, straight away there's alarm bells ringing, isn't it? Why would we be looking at a left-footed centre back? So straight away,
because they're rare.
Yeah. So he's got a contract till 2026. We're getting 2 years left on his contract. 23. So 20.
When's he 24?
He's 24 in September. So
24 really.
He's 23. He's 23 till he's 24.
Well, the season would be 5 weeks older to be 24.
So left-footed centre back. He's 6'3". So again, that ticks another box. He has played 42 times this season. He's got 2 goals. Got 4 assists.
Playing for who?
Hull. Who were a decent side actually.
Yeah.
Decent side.
Played still a chance, haven't they? Outside chance being of getting in the playoffs.
Play nice. They try and play nice football.
Right.
Always been with Hull. So one club man.
How many games has he played for them?
In total, let's have a look. I only got this season's numbers, but I can find them somewhere.
Point is, while you're finding that, is if you are looking for players to a defined type, so if you like, if you say, well, we're looking for centre backs who are 6'3" plus, good on the ball, 21, 22, maybe a 23-year-old who get dragged into play. Yeah, if they've got some experience playing in the English Football League, that would be helpful.
Yeah,
then players like that will pop up.
Yeah,
and finding a gem who can, if he's seen as, you know, a dominating centre back in the Championship, which is a bit more rough and ready than the Premier League anyway. You say, well, if he can transport that into the Premier League, then it could be a bargain, couldn't he? That's the sort of thing you'd be thinking about. And anyone who scores 25 goals in the Championship, you should look at, simply because they've scored 25 goals.
Yeah, he played 44 times last year in the Championship. Got 4 goals. So that's not bad again. He's you know, for a centre back, that's not bad. Season before, he got he played 46 times the year before as well. So
as a 21-year-old.
So over 3 seasons, has played nearly every single game. And so again, that's a massive number you're looking at there. That's a massive metric, isn't it?
100 plus games.
You know, nearly 4,000 minutes per season.
No, the point is, at the age of 21-ish, he was playing a full season in the Championship. So if anything, he's overdue for someone to think.
Yeah.
That, or as we just talked, maybe he had quite a long contract, and no one's prepared to pay what Hull want for him.
Yeah, he's played 132 games in the Championship.
Basically in the last 3 years.
39 games in League One, 28 games in League Two. So he's played
Not with Hull then.
He's played. No, I think he went on loan to Cheltenham. He's played at 3 different levels.
Yeah, sure.
And so he does actually tick quite a few boxes.
That's what I mean. That's where we're going.
Yeah. He would be
from a metrics, you know,
for me
profile.
Yeah,
it's So you'd look at that.
He's the Michael Keane replacement.
Yes,
as far as I'm concerned.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not anyone else's replacement. Michael Keane's replacement. And then he might be someone else's replacement.
Yeah, may say to Hull, would you like Michael Keane? Yeah.
Do you want Michael Holgate? So that screams like Moyes era signing that to me.
Does, yeah.
That's like
find a hidden gem.
That's like Thingo, isn't it? Joleon Lescott type player.
He's tall. If he's got pace and he's left-footed, there's 3 big boxes to tick. And then you say, and he's survived in the EFL as a young man for at least 2 full seasons.
Yeah, lots of minutes.
Yeah,
which no injuries by the looks of it. Like, you know, because look at the value we've got out of James Tarkowski. It's just the fact that he's played every single game. I think the only time he's come off was in the last 2 minutes at Sheffield United with the head injury.
Talk.
Yeah. This season, definitely. So
he'd be right up there with the number.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Pickford will have the most minutes, I would think.
Yeah. So there's 2 definitely. So yeah, they're the 2 who were linked yesterday. So if people have got any more, let us know and let us have a little look at them, because this will be something we go over a lot more, obviously, during the summer as well, because, you know, Sean Dyche was saying yesterday, wasn't he, about he still doesn't know finances and stuff like that, and I
shouldn't have to,
and I don't like this thing of just looking who, like, there's too much like who's getting relegated, who's good in the relegated teams. Sometimes you want to play it on the way up, not play it on the way down. And don't get me wrong, because what we don't need is our team's slowly filling up with players who got relegated, and we don't need that. We need some that are players on the way up that, you know, we might be their first step to something bigger, or maybe we're the last place they come, because
you not say recruit, but let's call it for shorthand, you scout to a profile. You know, so when they're having their meetings around a table somewhere, a la, you know, a Moneyball type thing, when all the coaches are in the room type of thing, and you're saying, right, we need a centre-back, because Branthwaite will go.
Yeah, he will go eventually.
So it's when, not if. But he could get injured, for example. We're going to let Michael Keane go because he needs minutes. He's not going to get them here. So we need a player who's happy to be not a starter. And we want a left footer. We want a certain age group, say sub-23, whatever you pick, right? 6'3", left-footed, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can find that player like we found Branthwaite when they're 18 and 19, fantastic.
Yeah.
If you can't find them, but you can find a 21, 22, 23-year-old, you say, we can get them for a sensible price. I mean, transfer market probably says this guy's worth about 5 million or something. I don't know, but can you do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like, just based on nothing else other than what you've just said, that he needs to. If he's going to move to the Premier League, he needs to sort of do it now, doesn't he? He's had solid seasons in the Championship. Hull may or may not get in the playoffs. Another season in the Championship isn't going to do him any good. So maybe there is an opportunity there for somebody. And if another club grabbed him and he turned out to be great, we'd think, why didn't we do it? Yeah. So, but you do have to take chances sometimes. But as long as Branthwaite isn't going in this next transfer window, this lad wouldn't have to be a starter, would he? So.
No, you got a year to bed in, haven't you?
Yeah. And then you're into, he's played 30, 40 odd games a season, every season for the last 3 seasons. Does he then suddenly want to go down to none?
Yeah. No.
So you've got to give him some sort of pathway. And the pathway would be, we will sell Branthwaite.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's a good way to look at it. You're definitely bedding them in for a year and giving them experience. Another player who's just been mentioned by Steve P in the comments, who is at Hull as well, is Jaden Philligan, 22.
When's he, 23?
He's 23 next year, next February. Can play right wing, can play left wing, is right-footed.
He's their top scorer.
Contract till 2026.
Top scorer,
yeah,
isn't he?
has come through. Started at Villa, went to Stoke, went to Cardiff, went on loan, to those 2 teams, and is now at Hull. And he's got a market value of £12 million. He was bought by Hull for 5. He scored 12 goals in 31 games with 6.
Oh, he's not long, 22.
Yeah, February. 31 games, 12 goals, 6 assists. Can play on either wing. That sounds like another good prospect.
So did they buy him, or did you say they bought him?
Yeah, they bought him for £5 million.
So it must have been near the end of his contract, I guess, at Villa, and he wasn't getting a game, was he? So.
Yeah, they bought him in there. They got him in on deadline day. So
last September.
Yeah. So then, the only one with that one is you'd have to look at that and go, why weren't we looking at him when he was at Villa then? Why weren't we looking at him last summer and thinking he's a good prospect? He might be the kind of player we want to go and take.
Maybe we brought Beto in instead.
Well, he looks like the kind of player who could have been a replacement for the Mari Gray more than anything.
That's what I mean. He looks more like a wide player, doesn't he?
And we definitely will need a wide player. Absolutely. Let's have a little look who else you're talking about.
So while you're thinking,
go on.
Multitask, what's the difference between getting relegated players and getting players who haven't been promoted?
Playing the up, playing the down, I don't know. I just like that. I like the idea of a player being on the up rather than a player being on the down.
Okay.
I think that, don't get me wrong, I think there's good players who do get relegated, but I think we become obsessed with who can we take out of the relegated teams, and
well, that's because if you've got an overemphasis on Premier League experiences.
Yeah, and I think now and again, what's wrong with going? There's going to be lots of talent playing for teams who aren't in teams who are going to get promoted. There's going to be Hull are a good side. They're obviously not quite good enough to be promoted, or maybe they will. Maybe they'll get in the playoffs. Maybe they won't.
Very unlikely.
Yeah. But they're a good side. Anyone who I've heard people say they play some of the best football in the Championship.
Then, isn't it?
So if they've got a few good players, then Everton should be having a little look at them. And if they're getting taught in the right way, and I think it's Racine who's the coach, who's the manager there, or head coach. And if they're the kind of players who, maybe they're just not good enough to be promoted, but they're playing football in the right way, then.
And he plays with the under-23s or under-21s.
England?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another.
Scored on his debut against Serbia. So he could be your profile of on the up.
Yeah.
Can you catch them just before people realise how good they are? I suppose that's what it is.
Well, someone else will, won't they? Someone else will take a chance on them. We're going to have to be sooner or later a club that does take a chance.
But if you're looking at this kind of player, you're talking about as you rightly said, I think, catching him when Villa are prepared to let him go rather than then when he's gone to the next one.
Yeah.
But over a period, you almost want to get 3 or 4 like that and hope one of them turns out to be a gem.
Yeah.
2, you can sell on for a profit, and one's the dud that no one talks about.
Yeah.
And you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because, I mean, Everton's squad isn't huge anyway, and obviously the amount of players...
These are all going to get pathway.
Yeah, the amount of
spells.
players we're going to have to release this summer, these are good, cheap options.
Cost effective.
Yeah, and if you're not blessed with, as I said, loads and loads of players in your squad, you're going to have to put someone in your squad. And the difference with these players compared to maybe the players who are getting relegated is that the players who get relegated, you might look at it and go, well, I've been a Premier League footballer, I demand X, Y, and Z. But these players are like, I just want to be a Premier League footballer.
Well, you're doing that balance between what they've got and how much you have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see, because we've been we don't quite know where we are at the moment, do we? With finances, so it's.
Well, we don't, but the club should.
Well, Sean Dyche didn't sound too, almost optimistic yesterday. And he said recently, hasn't he? And it's like you said it loads of times. You should know what you're doing. You should have maybe 2 outcomes.
Right now, the football club must have a view about what it's going to do come the day the transfer window opens. Yeah. Since the season finishes, you tell the players who you think it's better for them to move on. Now, if Michael Keane's one of those, for example, you're basically being honest with the player, aren't you? And saying, mate, you'll be on the bench, but really, 2 or 3 players have got to be unavailable for you to start. And if you want to play, lots of players do want to play, maybe you should find somewhere else.
Yeah, Keane should definitely be leaving because he's not played at all. So he's got more chance playing up front for Everton than he has a centre back.
Yeah, I've not looked at his minutes, and by the way, we're going to do this properly, aren't we? Baz is going to do.
Oh yeah, we'll do this properly
through the summer, and we're doing the research people now about the players who plays most minutes for us, where they are in relation to their contract end, whether we think they're value for the money we pay them, all those sorts of things. And we'll try and play the game of being truly objective about if we were those people in the room, which hard decisions would we make and what would be the consequences of those decisions.
We'll definitely go through the squad list that we keep and sell and all that kind of thing that you do every year. We've had the likes of Ndidi linked with us. He's
a free, isn't he?
He'll be a free, but his team's coming back into the Premier League. So does he just say, "Well, I'm happy where I am. I'll just resign," or does he think he needs another fresh start?
So Michael Keane's had 21 appearances so far in the last 2 seasons. He's 31. He has to decide. Yeah. But his contract term, I can't remember how long. He's still got another few years left, I think. I shall check that while you're doing
another player, someone who's just linked us with, sorry, not linked, but is it Martin? I think said Mike. Alfie Doherty, who plays for Luton, left midfield. Played 34 times this season. One goal, 7 assists, 25 in December. Left midfield, can play left back as well. Left-footed, so can play left midfield, left back, and right midfield. So I mean, if you're talking about the squad, that's a good range of positions.
It is. Some utility type players are needed anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Keane's a decision this summer anyway because he's out of contract next summer.
Yeah. No, with Everton,
they're not going to give him another contract.
No, they can't give him another contract as much as.
So even if he goes out on loan and we save some of his wages, it's good for him because he goes somewhere where he can play. He'd be great for a team who just misses promotion out the Championship this season, and he leads them into the Premier League.
He'd be great for a team coming up this season.
Yeah,
he'd be great
as well.
He'd be great for.
Put experience into an Ipswich team, for example. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if they need
that kind of experience.
Well, I don't know. I think he'll turn out to be okay when
Leicester
he goes
could swap
else.
Connor Cody for him.
Yeah.
But he definitely needs to go this summer. Robert Jones says my young signing would be Ruggier, left wing back. Martinez, right wing back. Doe, is it? Creative midfielder. Bloody hell. Shillup, left winger. And Bargy, right. Have you just made those names up? They sound like Pro Evo when they didn't have the right names. Ned, get that super chat. Can you see it?
Bargy plays in Italy.
Well, tell me, get me. I can't go through all those names now. You do the research for me now and send it to me.
Them on Footy Manager.
Because otherwise, I'll be sitting here like instead of talking, typing.
No,
Ned,
people are used to Ped, and not to Ped being sat there, but Baz sat there. Who knows?
I'm not interested though, John. There's too much life out
Didn't
there.
say whether you were interested.
There's too
I'm
much.
just saying that he would know all these players.
There's too much life.
Or he's got that soft skill that makes it.
So Rooney Bargy plays for Copenhagen.
Yeah.
All I can say is he's only 18. But
I'm going to know that.
He's like one of the hottest prospects in world football. Because I signed him on Football Manager and he was
Well, that's it. Most people only know these players because they play Football Manager and EA24. And I play neither even.
I play Football Manager.
You know, that's it. Most people know these. Oh, yeah, no, so-and-so. How do you know? I bought someone Football Manager. I don't play Football Manager.
There's another one I signed for Southampton called Ali Dyer.
Who?
Ali Dyer.
Oh, Ali Jar. That's actually
somebody rang me and said, George Weah's cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Ali Jar, his name is not Ali Dyer. We've been getting it wrong for years. So go on. So
where are you in the league, mate? Hey?
I finished this was with Tottenham and Ruggeri, you mentioned, is also
this season. Where have you finished? Or have you finished yet? Where are you in the league?
Right now, it's like 5 games in, but I got signed by Chelsea because I got sat by Tottenham because I was mid-table after like 10 games. After previously,
see, everybody else who I know plays it. Just
plays Everton.
Nobody seem to win the league with two.
No,
I
won.
Anyway.
I won the Conference League, finished 4th, and then I won. Finished 5th. Sorry, and then I won the Europa League. Got into the Champions League, and after 10 games, I was mid-table, but I'd won all my Champions League games, so I was basically like almost through. And then
I'm 11th, mate, in the Premier League, but I'm Everton, and I got a 10-point deduction. And I haven't bought anyone yet.
Yeah, I
brought some youth through.
I started at Everton. I kept them up with 10 points. Next season, finished mid-table, and they sacked me mid-table, and then typical Everton, but then Tottenham came and offered me the job, so that shot.
So you
Everton in the
you
foot.
didn't qualify for Champions League with Tottenham then?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But after, the season after I qualified for Champions League, they sacked me after about 10 games. But then
you
Chelsea
just
came
press
along.
the button that says "do all the whole season in the next 10 minutes" or something?
No, This is.
Or you just play a lot.
This has been going on for months. This one.
All right.
Ned, get me all those players then for me, just so I know who they are.
Anyway,
Steve Kelly says Archie Gray. If Leeds don't come up, played 43 times this season, 1 goal, 2 assists, 18. Only
position.
Just centre midfield. I can't see Leeds letting him go. Stay no matter what. He's a young player who, if they don't come up, will do very well next season.
Because he'll be better.
Yeah, in the Championship. So, and also he's a bit of like Leeds United, part of the Leeds United dynasty, isn't he?
Is he?
I think he's Eddie Gray's nephew.
Is he Eddie?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's his nephew, or I don't think he's his grandson, but I think he's his nephew. He's one of them where you go, they're not going to sell him this early.
And he's only just 18.
Yeah. Centre midfielder.
Wow. So he's started the season playing as a 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, only just been promoted from the.
He's Andy Gray's son.
Andy Gray's son?
Mm.
But isn't he Eddie Gray's?
And Andy Gray. Which Andy Gray is it? That's the question.
It's not our Andy Gray.
No, because he's not old enough. So, where are we? He's the son of... Right, Frank Gray. So, Eddie Gray is his dad's nephew. So, Archie is the great-nephew of Eddie Gray.
There you go.
Worked that one out eventually.
There you go.
But he's played every England age group.
Mm.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So, he's got a lineage there. And now he's just piled... And he's 6'2", crikey.
Yeah.
So he's just piled in a load of experience this year, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No, they're not going to let him. If they do, it won't be for an insignificant sum of money.
No. You wouldn't imagine.
Hadn't made his debut this season, and he's played 42 times. So
yeah.
He's gone.
Well, Leeds have got lots.
He's gone in their team as a 17-year-old and said, "I'm here."
Yeah. Leeds,
like Brandthwaite for us, but a couple of years later in age.
Well, Leeds have got quite a young side, haven't they? So they've got, and obviously people saying he is Somerville, but he's another one. I just can't see Leeds letting him go. Just
not if they come up.
But even if they don't come up, I can't see them letting them go because they'll think they're building a team
of youth.
Yeah, to come up maybe the following season where the league won't be as tough. The Championship's not going to be as tough next season, I don't think, with the... Go on, Ned.
So all these players from Robert Jones are pretty much... Because that Desire Do as well, I've signed him a footy manager. They're all like the top 18-year-old... one of them's 21. Rigeri starting at left wing back for Atalanta. They're all like the top prospects, like hottest prospects for their ages.
Oh yeah.
So I don't really think you're getting a chance to sign any of these. You know, there's like that Desire Do. I'd say he'd probably end up like a top club for like 40-50 million. He's already playing every game. In the
because Carlos Alcaraz plays for Southampton, doesn't he? And he's
Gray's already got a transfer market valuation of 16 million.
Yeah.
And Bayern Munich are interested.
Yeah. Carlos Alcaraz is a Southampton, Argentinian. I
mean, what they should
played
be doing
41 times.
Is trying to get the players that are playing senior football in other countries at the likes of like 15, 16. I mean, look at Evan Ferguson. Brighton picked him up from Ireland. He was playing senior football at 15. And then they just, gave him time to bed.
Yeah.
Years later, he's a senior striker at the age of 18, 19.
He's 20 in November. Yeah,
going after players who are 18 and are playing in top European divisions. They're going to cost you a lot of money.
Carlos Alcaraz is actually on loan to Juventus. So
this is fantasy football we're playing.
I know we're playing a bit. Yeah, we're playing a bit like. These are all the best prospects. I don't think Everton are going to get all the best prospects. It's about looking at...
We're lucky to get any of them.
About looking at some of maybe...
It's finding the ones who will be next year's best prospects.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Tom Fellows from West Brom, from Luke. Is he the Irish lad? Is he the Irish lad? Because I've been told about him by someone who told me? Paul, I think it was, from Irish Fans TV, told me about him. Yeah. Oh no, he's not. He's not. He's a different. Who's the Irish lad? Yeah, that at West Brom.
The one who's been scoring loads of goals.
Yeah.
The left winger.
Tom Fellows is a right-footed, right midfielder, right winger, right back. He is.
About him not long ago. I can't remember his name now.
He's played 32 times this season. Scored 4 goals and has got 3 assists. 20, 21 in the summer. Yeah, about the right age, about the right kind of the right profile. Transfer market's got him down as being 600,000.
They haven't caught up with him.
Contract till 2027. No, I don't think if a Premier League club came in for him, he's not 600,000. Not a chance on earth. Who's the Irish lad, Nick? Come on.
Where's he playing?
West Brom, I think he is. Striker.
Johnston. Let me find his first. But I watched West Brom a few times this season with my granddad. And he plays on the left. And he's dead good.
Then he's dead good.
Michael Johnston.
Go on, what?
He's Irish. He's 25 years of age.
Way too old.
He scored 7 goals in 17 games in the Championship.
Too old.
Yeah, the numbers aren't.
He's playing every week. I'm guessing they signed him in January or something.
Jack Clark, another one from Steve Kelly. Jack Clark, 23, 24 in November. Left winger. From Sunderland. I think, is he out of contract? Or he's out of contract in the next couple of years. He's another one we could possibly look at.
So he plays for Celtic, Michael Johnston, but he's on loan at West Brom. And in 17 games since he joined the loan, he scored 7 goals. And I watched him. Who did he play now? And they battered someone. Let me find the game I watched. Huddersfield. It was Huddersfield 1, West Brom 4, and he scored 2 goals and got an assist, and he was on fire. He scored an absolute screamer.
There's nothing that says he would be of interest to you in his numbers.
No, someone told me, and he said he was a really, really good prospect.
I think it was me.
No, I don't. If it was you, I definitely wouldn't have remembered it.
He's a really good prospect who's just turned 25. So
Yeah, that's one person's prospect is another person's aging
journeyman. Celtic clearly have decided he's not it. So
yeah, Jack Clark's got 2 years left on his contract. Right-footed, left winger, out of Sunderland, says he's not signing a new contract. So that's another one maybe Everton can look at. Yeah, there's players out there. Obviously, you've got to determine the quality, haven't you? Who can step up? Who's got the work? Who can do it? What needs to be done in terms of like the kid from Hull? Could he come in for a year, bed in, and then take over the following year from a player who's leaving? Things there's plenty of that.
And then when you sell Branthwaite, there's the pathway you're telling him.
Yeah.
You know, if you perform, and then the next big need of a club with too much money is you.
Yeah.
By which time we've got the next one. It's easy, isn't it? Really?
We're definitely not buying Scott McTominay. Come on. People mentioning Scott McTominay. We're definitely not signing Scott McTominay. He has got Everton player written all over him, but just not of this generation. I don't think he's if he was under Moyes, 100%, we'd be looking at him. But we haven't got the money for Scott McTominay.
Better reputation at United than people might think.
I like him. You
need him in and around your squad. Yeah. Reliable, wholehearted, all those things.
Just he's not not quite top quality, but
no, he's not.
But he just always seems to be able to pop up with a goal. Let's have a little look. Not so Pierre Palaki says this summer if you could sign one of these ex-Everton players at their peak for now, who would you take? Wayne Rooney or Gaza?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney was well better than Gaza. Gaza was a good player, but Rooney was well better, and he did it. Well,
there's a surprise.
Go on.
I just didn't realise how tall Scott McTominay was. 6'4".
Yeah. That's why he wins so many balls in the year.
28 at the end of the year. So again,
yeah, he's not
entering past prime.
Yeah, he's one of them. People probably think he's dead young, but John says we should certainly pick over the players of relegated clubs. I think Cameron Archer would be a proper signing. Really, he's done nothing but score past us.
Goals. I'd have him.
Has he scored? Where did he score these 10 goals?
Cameron Archer.
Yeah,
the Luton striker.
No, Sheffield United.
Oh, I think.
What are you talking about?
Thinking of the Luton striker.
No. Bin off Mopai and Archer from Sheffield United would be an idea, and hopefully cheap as we. Yeah, but we're not replacing Mopai, are we? Mopai's gone. We've got 3 strikers, so we're not replacing Mopai. We're just selling them and getting the money.
Well, we hope.
Well, yeah, we hope. We've already replaced them, haven't we? That's the point. We've replaced them with Beto. But Cameron Archer, really?
No.
Scored against us and hasn't really done much since. I think he got another goal a couple of months back or something. He's probably got more goals than I'm thinking, but he hasn't. Normally, when you have a team like Sheffield United, you normally have one player who does stand out and you know he's destined for big things. And I really haven't seen that with Sheffield United at all this season. Derek says, I've been thinking about summer transfers already. Need 1 or 2 pacey wingers and most likely a CDM to replace Onana. A better centre-back than Keane will be important as well. Yeah, that's where they'll be looking. Definitely pace, don't we, John? That's so important.
We need pace throughout the team.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. And that's where your example of a player who's done well in centre-back, in the Championship, who isn't going to be a starter, you're not going to be petrified that he's a kid if something happens to Branthwaite, for example, injury-wise. Because you think, well, this guy's played 40-odd games in the Championship in the last 12 months. So that's where you start balancing the risk as well. But you've really got to get someone prepared to take Keane off you, really. So
yeah, depends what we want for him, isn't it? James says, lovely feeling that we can talk about future players to bring in next season, knowing that we're going to be in the Premier League. Just need a decision.
Well, it helps to sell for the recruitment team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
certainly helps to sell.
Yeah. Leon says, I'd be all for keeping Harrison if Leeds play ball with us. We're not getting a better player than him for the money. We'd be offering a bit of realism, please, folks. I don't know.
Don't know how much he costs us, do you?
It didn't cost us anything.
Loan fee.
There was no loan fee. It was in his.
It's just his salary.
It was in his. It was in his contract. Yeah,
Just his salary.
That's why we got him, basically, wasn't it?
Just his salary.
Yeah. So I don't know whether if Leeds don't come up, whether they could look at him and get him on another loan, maybe. And if there's something in his contract that says that can happen, I don't know. But I can't see us paying the money for him.
We're not going to pay a fee for
that they'd want.
He hasn't done enough for a fee.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin says Rutan against Leeds coming up, as it would still value Nonto if they be reasonable. They're not going to be reasonable, are they? Need pace and versatility up front. Related, Dyche's earned his opportunity to keep the job, but I'm worried about young player progression under him. Patterson stands out as an example. We're not getting Nonto. He's done well this year. I think he hasn't done amazingly, but he's done well. And again, money.
There's a good point there, though, about the concerns around whether the manager would use development players or not. So if the club has concerns about that, and the director of football sits down with them, doesn't he, and says, this is how we're going to play it. But if you've agreed the profile, and the profile equals young, yeah, he'll have to play them, because there won't be the 28-year-old experienced or 38-year-old experienced player who you can keep picking. So sometimes you do your strategy and then you have to deliver it, execute it tactically.
Well, yeah, and the manager might have learned from this season.
You've got to reduce the average age, because you can't have it creep, and then you fall off a cliff.
But also using them as well when there's an opportunity. I think for the first half of the season, he didn't really use a lot of players, and it caught up with us in the second half of the season. And you might look at it next season and think about, I need a more balanced view of things. I do need to maybe pull players in and out rather than having the same team week in and week out and start trusting players. But then that comes with your own development, doesn't it? The players that you've actually
I know what you meant.
bought.
They know how you want them to behave. Yeah.
And how players that he's actually help bring to the club rather than players who've been given to him. And hopefully, because I do think a big factor in not winning for 3 months or whatever it was because players just look so tired.
So that Dyche fit thing was a bit of a myth then.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm never been a professional footballer. I don't know what kind of toll it actually takes on you playing week in, week out, getting to that level of Dyche fit. What does that do to your body?
Every Premier League footballer should be able to play a Premier League football season, which means playing 38 games in 9 months and perhaps 2 cup. Let's say you got knocked out, you only play 2 cup games, 40 games.
I don't know.
For a full-time professional athlete, that should not be an issue.
But it seems like it's an issue though, because players do get injured now, and there is.
I get that.
There is more focus now on, because players are playing not just 90 minutes, but it's getting up to 100 minutes now. Most games, if not over. And the games, a lot of stop-start, and a lot of people, people out there go, they're just making excuses. I don't know. They've got the data. As I listened to something the other day, and they said they know they're going to get injured before they get injured now. Through all the...
I think they've known that for a while.
For all the red zones and everything.
Well, this is right, yeah.
So that's why players do get taken out, and you go, why are they taking them out? It's preventative rather than... You don't want to... we saw it... I think we saw it with Dom at Chelsea, didn't we? It was preventative. They knew that if he played that game, he was at risk of getting injury, and so they left him out.
So we've got a manager who prefers not to make changes, because he says, effectively, I suppose he says, I've picked my best team and they're doing all right, so why would I change it? And in the past, we've had managers, I suppose Martinez was a bit ahead of his time, who says that the laptop says you should sub that guy, but we're bossing the game and he's running it. Yeah, but if you don't sub him, he might get injured, because the red zone thing. Yeah. And so you take him off, you lose the game, and everyone goes after you. Yeah, so you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
No, of course.
But lest we forget, stress, pressure makes you tired.
Yeah.
So our players have been playing
mentally.
Exactly, but that turns into physical as well. And you look lethargic. You're not physically tired, but you're just not capable of doing it. And you need deeper squads to avoid that. Yeah. And methods of dealing with the stress, like let's not get 8 points, 10 points, 12 points, deductions and things. Yeah. So next season should be, touch wood, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
The whole squad who stay will be stronger for the experience. Yeah. And Tarkowski standing there as a pillar. He used to have it every season with Burnley. So he's already battle hard.
Oh, you can see it, yeah.
He's battle hard.
You can see it, how mentally strong he is.
Yeah.
James says, would you not consider Michael Keane as a good backup? Would it not make business sense to give him a new contract at a lower rate?
Absolutely not.
No chance. No chance. We've made that mistake so many times. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him and bring in a young up-and-coming centre-back like the one we just talked about. Yeah, like the one we just talked about. No, not a chance would I have Michael Keane anywhere near. I wouldn't have had him anywhere near the club this year, but no one wants him.
Well, as we know from the Independent Commission, he was on the list to be sold, but no one wanted him. And then we got criticised that previously when he'd been on the list, we gave him a contract clearly to protect the transfer fee, and he didn't go. And he should be out of contract already, and he isn't.
Yeah, we should be. Should have.
So we've ended up with him for a year longer minimum.
No, there's no way.
2 years longer.
There's no way I'd keep him. There's no. I look at it like this. What's the value of a player sitting on the bench, earning money? There's no value to me. There's no value to the club.
No.
If we're sitting in 12 months' time and Michael Keane's about to walk out the door, you know, we've talked about PSR. John's talked about it endlessly. He could write a book. He'll be another one he'll be another one of that generation, by the way. The 2017 who walked out the door for nothing. He'll be another one. And nearly all of them have, you know.
In less than a month, Gomez will walk out of Finch Farm, never look back, and none of us will ever talk about him again, unless he scores a winner in the Champions League final somewhere. But guess what? It's unlikely. And he will have had substantial amounts of money because he does good hooks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't his greatest fan, people, so if you really...
No, that's fine.
I know what his technical skills are. They're clear to see. Silky, great passer, and so on. But in this league...
He's never put it together.
That's right. You need to do more than that.
Did John or myself ever go in the old Park End? No, I never.
I did.
I never know.
I did. One of my games in the early days was in the upper Old Park End. Okay. The famous battering in the snow of Southampton. I was in the upper...
Oh, nice.
Behind the goal of the Park End.
8-0?
Yeah.
Well, what a place to be.
We'd have to check.
Were there fans in the lower? Like the standing area, or did they have any fans?
I was too young to know. Okay. I wasn't looking.
I never.
Mesmerised by being there.
I never went in there.
I should check when that was now.
Yeah, I was always in the Gladys Street.
The Old Park End spent a long time with no one on the lower. And I don't know I don't know because I'm too young to know. But when they blocked off underneath.
Yeah.
But you know,
it was a weird stand. That it was like the standing area and then a really high wall and then an upper bit.
Yeah.
Very strange. Simon says players in the summer in one word, fast.
Yeah.
Benjamin James, I'd love Joe.
Who said fast?
Who said it?
Who said that just then?
Simon Taylor.
Simon, tell me whether you want fast or quick. Because they're different.
Benjamin James says I'd love Joe Bellingham, the lad from Blackpool looks good too. Dembele, one for the future. Him. Rob says I'd put a loan in for Bennett and Diaz.
No,
come really?
I saw him play. He's
loaned out for Sheffield United for 6 months and played well any time I've saw him.
He's very slow. No. He knows where the goal is.
Scored a few goals in the worst team in the league.
He knows where the goal is.
Nah, not for me. No. See, for that, I just think you're wasting your money. I think we've only got a limited pot, and we have to be really clever with it. And I think on that, you have. To me, I think you're going to give over money to Villarreal, and you're not going to get loads back.
He's very slow.
You have to be, a bit more creative.
That's why what you have to do, as we've discussed, and the guy said fast, quick's just subtle difference, but it doesn't matter. Go to a profile.
Yeah.
So I would ask, what profile does Diaz tick? And he's only called Diaz because he wanted to play international football anyways.
And he's been told he's going to get dropped from the Chile squad unless he's
Spanish.
Yeah, which is, why wouldn't you learn Spanish? Why wouldn't that be the first? And we've had this before. If you had an opportunity like that, and you were moving to Spain as well, why wouldn't the first thing you'd be doing is learning Spanish for every day for like months and becoming really good at it? And then once you get into that dressing room and you start picking up the language and getting all the words, it'll come that quick. Yeah. It's mad, that.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. What people don't realise the opportunities they're given. Yeah, it's
It's like
crazy.
you saying Klopp's going to spend a year learning a new language.
If I was him, I'd be learning Spanish as well. I'd
yeah.
definitely be learning Spanish, like Pep did.
By the way, manager of the month up against Sean, some bloke called Mikel. Have you heard of him?
Nah, he's done nothing.
And Pep someone or other.
Nah, he's done nothing.
Yeah. Pep will get it. His team's undefeated.
What?
Oh,
What do you think that is?
I know it is. It's the parking. What about it?
Under construction.
Yeah, I know, Ned. I was
What's your
there.
point?
I was literally at the game.
Just saying, how cool is that for anyone who
It's not
wasn't
cool.
alive?
It's not
right,
cool.
okay.
It's a building site.
Not for anyone who hasn't. I've never seen it.
What's cool about that?
That was the that's Goodison without the park end.
No, Ned. I was there.
Yeah, but a lot of our viewers weren't.
Well, you should know your history. There's a
find
song
the
about it.
Find the
I'm
park
saying.
end from
That's
the
not. I'm
1970s.
gonna say that's like the building site. Big deal. Big woo.
That's 8-0 was November 71. So
This is the old.
just
this
after
is
I
the
That
old-
was that.
13.
We had that stand when we were playing Wimbledon. Ned, people were sitting on the roofs of the houses behind.
Yeah, in
This is
trees.
it, when it
For
was that,
Wimbledon, they were in the trees.
Did you know behind the park and that there was that was actually a street
Yeah.
and people lived there and all the players used to live there in like the 40s and 50s and 60s and 30s and stuff.
Suddenly remember the 30s.
That
now,
was the
don't I?
old park end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's when it's boxed off, yeah.
It was horrendous. That's in a horrendous stand.
Yeah.
It's just dead stupid. It's just that wall is horrible.
Mm.
It's such an ugly stand.
Well.
And we still had that till 1994.
Yeah.
That is, certainly both 93 when we started pulling it down. I think that tells you everything you need to know about our football club. That stand was still there in 1993.
Bullens Road's still there, mate.
I know, but the Bullens has got a little bit of class about it.
It's the same manufacturer and
It's
everything.
horrible, that. Rob Key says Mikey Johnson is not Premier League quality. Trust me, Sam.
Man.
I do. I'm taking everybody's opinions. I'm taking all of them. Adebayo in is the Luton striker, Ned. No, it's not. That's not the one he's thinking of. He's thinking of the other one.
Adebayo is a Luton striker.
No, he's thinking of the other one, aren't you? Number 9,
Carlton
Morris.
No, Carlton Morris. Yeah.
Son-
Morris top scorer, isn't he?
10 goals. Adebayo got 9.
Owen Brown says Daichi Kamada, number 10 at Lazio. We're not getting number 10s from Lazio. Come on, bit of realism. Not playing was a fray from Leverkusen in the summer. We were linked to good player technical. We're not getting them, though. We're not getting that kind of player, are we? Mark says, how are we getting rid of Holgate? I don't know, mate.
Stay at Sheffield.
Just, they're not going to buy him, are they?
No, he'll just run his contract down on loans.
I don't think they'll.
He'll run his contract down on loans.
Yeah.
One of the Magnificent Three who got 5-year contracts didn't understand why, but said yes.
Yeah,
So.
crazy times.
Shame. He was very
There we
good
go.
at one stage.
Yeah, he was. He was a very good player. Right, we're going to head over to More Than a Game now, and we're going to have a chat about the Champions League. 2 big games this week. And anything else you want to have a chat with over us on the general football side of things, come and have a chat with us. We'll be live in about 5 minutes. So the link is there. Follow us over, and thanks for watching. See you later.